What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on natural gas prices.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you why this asset is still moving higher and higher despite quite high storage numbers for this fuel. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. We are on natural gas future price action, and on my previous video, I made it right here. My main assumption was that because of this price action, we have to see the next leg to the upside that should break this range of about $2.686 mark, and it is the confluence with this swing high. And as you can see, we have this breakout and we are forming another higher highs on this scale. But in general, our invalidation point is still right here, this previous top at $3.054 mark. And on my yesterday's video, I couldn't make any technical analysis on ticker symbol BOIL. It is leveraged ETF. And I made my previous video right here when this asset had a stock split of 1-4-20, and that is why the price action was complete mess. And right now we have back this price action, and on the video before my previous video we booked another profit from this swing high. I've encouraged you to enter your short position with the anticipation to hit some lower targets, and we have this movement to the downside that brought us to this point about 10% of potential profit. And right here I've told you that you could book your profits of about 10.5%, or you can put your stop loss on green territory, and depending on your stop loss orders you are still in green despite this movement to the upside. And this is the pure example how powerful technical analysis is, because despite of my main assumption that this asset should hit lower targets, we basically missed this movement to the upside, but we booked a profits. On top of that, I have to say that my technical analysis is quite accurate, and since the beginning of April we booked more than 60% of potential profit. And we hit the stop loss orders only twice, and let me show you right here. We booked the losses of about 6% from this point right here, and about 6.6% from this point to this one. And this is how you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. So, and let's continue with the news. What was the reason of this movement to the upside? And let me show you first of all the Google results. If you type in Google search bar natural gas prices and switch to news tab folder, it is more than enough to read just the titles of these articles. And all of these articles stated that the demand is quite high with the lack of supply. And let me show you this article in detail. It was published on June 23rd on Yahoo Finance, and it's titled "Natural gas jumps again as demand bets offset storage bills." And let me quote to this. "The bulls in natural gas are making a serious push above mid-$2 pricing for the fuel amid prospects for warmer temperatures that could see Americans cranking up their air conditioners a little more this summer." It has been an interesting week for natural gas, with bulls managing to keep the market in the positive for 4 out of 5 sessions, including on Thursday, when the US Energy Information Administration, or EIA, reported higher than expected weekly storage number for the fuel. And yes, we have the equilibrium in between supply and demand, and this equilibrium depends on the weather and on the news from the major exporters of natural gas. And right now we still don't have any positive news from Norwegian exporters, and this means we have lack of supply with quite high demand, and that is why we have this movement to the upside. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, definitely this account is pretty much eliminated. I don't think that we might have this extension in a B wave, and then we have to have one more leg to the downside to complete the C wave. It is still on the table. It is less likely, but we have an opportunity to see the extension in the B wave that will overtake the top of the fifth wave. But in my opinion, probably we might have something like this. We might have the beginning of new wave. Probably we have the bottom of our C wave right here and the top of our B wave right here. It is very choppy, and it is also not the best outcome. But let's take a look on natural gas spot prices. So, and natural gas futures. Yes, it is quite tricky. It is quite tricky, but let's assume that we are still on the path to form the top of our fifth wave. And if it is the case, so we should see a little bit of retracement from this range, and then we have to see next leg to the upside. That should hit this somewhere here. I don't think that we might break for the first attempt the range of resistance at around $3 or $3.05 mark. But I have to say that this structure has one major problem. As you can see, the volume. During this movement to the upside, the volume becomes lower and lower and lower. And this means it is losing its momentum, despite quite neutral indicators of RSI and MACD. And this means the movement to the upside is not so likely. And it is another point where I cannot enter and I cannot suggest any position, neither bullish nor bearish one, because the market should reveal itself. And to prove or disprove these theories, we have to see the breakout above this range, and to see the major breakout, definitely we have to break $3.05 mark. And in this case, let's zoom out to, let's say, 3 hours time frame. In this case, we will invalidate this bear count. And as you can see, we are in the symmetrical triangle that usually has the breakout to the side of the trend continuation. And in this case, we have to see the breakout to the downside to complete, let me show you, to complete this movement of the C wave, and to complete the internal fifth wave right here. But if this asset breaks this range, another leg to the downside will be pretty much invalidated. And in this case, this asset becomes more bullish than bearish. But for now, we are very closer to this range, and even in the best case scenario, if this asset breaks it to the upside with the conviction of volume, we don't have enough room to grow, and the upside potential to the range of resistance is only 11% from our current range, but the downside potential, it is the previous swing low, somewhere here, is at 20%. This means negative risk to reward ratio doesn't worth your attention. On top of that, I cannot rely on the bear count as well, because we have to prove the theory. Let me show you again this price action in details. To prove this theory, we have to break this bottom. And from this point, we have to see another leg to the downside, with the assumption that our fifth wave is already here, and the top of our third wave is here. But I cannot count 5 waves properly. I cannot count 5 waves inside this movement. That is why we have to wait. And I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star.